As the U.S. steps up measures to contain COVID-19, voters in 3 U.S. states are heading outside to cast ballots in the Democratic presidential primary. Arizona, Florida, and Illinois went ahead with the vote. Ohio made a last-minute decision to postpone its primary. CGTN's Dan Williams is live for us in Chicago. Dan, how's the turnout so far?
Well, you can probably make out in the window just behind me people casting their votes in these elections, but it has to be said, we're told by the Chicago Board of Elections that voter turnout is extremely low. Now, there could be a number of other reasons for that. Of course, we're also noting that a number of people are now working from home, so we could see an uptick through the day. But it would appear that here in Illinois we are in for low turnout. Now, of course, COVID-19 is extremely now front of mind for most people. Here in Illinois, the governor, J.B. Pritzker, is taking a much more aggressive stance in terms of social distancing. So we now have bars closed, restaurants closed, other than for takeout, and schools closed as well. So we obviously now have this situation of people now very much having this COVID-19 very much front of mind, but also people grappling with this new logistics as well. So certainly a number of reasons as to why this could be, but without doubt COVID-19 very much the key for that. But for those that have voted, they are very much saying that this is still a key part of their decision making.
It is everyone's right who is a citizen of this country to be able to get out and vote. And it is an extremely important time right now for everyone to get out.
I believe all states and cities should make sure that, when they vote, it's as quick in and out as possible.
And I want to let it be known that who I want to be running in the Democratic Party, who I think is most electable, and yeah, I have to get out and do it, no matter what.
So Dan, putting safety and health concerns aside, are there perhaps other issues officials there are experiencing during this primary election?
Yeah, absolutely. We know that a number of polling stations have struggled to find the staff. A number of staff pulling out, concerns, of course, with COVID-19 and not wanting to be exposed to that. So new polling officers are allowed to be put in place on the spot, sworn in on the spot. So there are a number of issues that the various authorities here are attempting to deal with, and we very nearly had a situation, it seems, close to Ohio, where they, of course, took the decision to close their polls. Here in Illinois, Jim Allen of the Chicago Board of Elections saying that they expressed to J.B. Pritzker that they also felt that the conditions weren't acceptable for their polling workers, and urged him to cancel polls here. But J.B. Pritzker saying that this is an important part of the process, important day in the calendar, and saying that he even offered the National Guard for polling stations here if required. So certainly this is a fairly desperate situation, obviously, on what is an important day.
Dan Williams, live for us in Chicago.